Welcome back to another episode of Sports and Nonsense. Got a lot to talk about today with the first week of the preseason, which is
words are hard
this weekend. I think there's only like a couple of games this week or today, because we're recording this kind of late. It's a Sunday in the afternoon. So I know most of the games were played over Thursday and Saturday, and I don't think there's many games being played today.
I don't think so.
Let's see. Carolina and Indianapolis are playing at 1, and that's
today?
it. That's it. That's the only game.
Okay.
That's it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. All the other games were played yesterday and Friday.
Did you know that?
Thursday.
Did you know that it's technically week 2 right now?
Yeah, I did know that because there was only one game on week 1.
Yep.
Do the Steelers and Cowboys play 4 games then? Do they play an extra game than all the other teams?
I think they do. I think they'll play 4 because everybody else plays 3.
Steelers week 3, Cowboys week 3, Steelers week 4, Cowboys week 4. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
I mean, it's good for like the rookies and like those bubble guys that might not even make the team. You know.
Yeah, but for 2 teams, everyone else only played 3 games.
Yeah. Well, you know, they got an extra regular season game now, so
yeah,
so that'd be cool if the preseason was only 2 games.
Well, last year it was no games.
0 games.
So, I'm actually going to the game next weekend in Tampa.
Who are they playing?
Tennessee.
Ooh.
And week 2, well, usually it's week 3, but since there's only 3 weeks this year in the preseason, week 2 is probably, you're probably going to see the starters most, like at least for half the game.
Yeah, probably next week or this week, whatever the hell is going on.
My kids were in a Bucks juniors cheer camp.
I saw.
So I posted on Facebook.
The old Facebook.
So they got to go on the field in the end zone and perform a cheer.
That's cool.
Routine. I was going to say exercise. That also works, I guess.
I don't know. I'm not gonna be ignorant and have any idea what I'm talking about.
But I guess I was talking with a couple of the other parents, and I guess before they had done this before, and they actually got to perform on the field live, like in between one of the quarters or at halftime or something. But this year, because we're still COVID stuff, they're trying to keep I guess the least amount of people off the field as they can. So they filmed it, and they're going to show it during nice. that game. So I got tickets, and so did my ex, and we're all going, and I'm sitting like a row behind them because we didn't get tickets at the same time. So that's all good. It's pretty cool. So yeah, that should be a fun time. But in other news,
don't mind me, I'm just eating my mid-morning snack.
I have lunch soon. I didn't eat breakfast. Like, you texted me, they're like, "Hey, let's record at 11 o'clock," and I was just waking up, and I was just like, I
figured. I know you were up late last night. So.
What? Well, I usually get up and go to work at like 6:30 in the morning. So like when I have a day off, I like to sleep in.
Well, I just texted you early so I wouldn't forget. I wouldn't be texting you at like 10:30. Like, let's record at 11.
Let's do it in half an hour. Oh.
So we got to have more time tonight now, you know?
Mm-hmm. So let's see some of the highlights, I guess, from preseason. Let's see. Jameis Winston, Taysom Hill show a mix of good, bad. New Orleans Saints loss. Let's see. Kadarius Toney missed their preseason opener for the Giants.
Injured.
Oh. Okay. Jordan Love dinged in first half of uneven pro debut. So that's not a good sign for the Packers.
Good thing that His Majesty is back, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Trey Lance, I guess, had some highlight plays in his tough debut. But I think out of all the rookie quarterbacks, I don't know if you watched any of the highlights or anything, but out of all the rookie quarterbacks, the one that really shined was Justin Fields.
Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Oh, he's good. That's why the Bears traded up to grab him.
Mm-hmm. Mac Jones had a good. He was good. He wasn't great. It was definitely better than what Cam Newton did.
It's week 1 of the week 2 of the preseason.
Mm-hmm.
Guys can go out there and fumble every play for all I care. It's it's their first game in a pro setting, so I'm not gonna take any. Oh my God, they're the next second coming, or I'm not gonna take any. Oh my God, they're a bust just yet. The good news, though, is that some teams are already in mid-season form. They're missing blocks and just doing great.
Yeah. Let's see. So I saw this one here. It's MRI shows Dallas Cowboys Dak Prescott's shoulder is healing well. I thought he broke his leg.
He did. He broke his ankle or something.
Yeah.
Maybe he hurt his shoulder doing. Who knows? It's the Cowboys. But it's like Stephen A. Smith says: whatever can go wrong, will go wrong.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. So yeah, I mean, all right. So some fantasy update for everybody. If anyone is thinking about drafting running back Darius Geis, he's been suspended for 6 games for violating personal conduct policy.
Good. It's a good last pick in your draft.
Mm-hmm.
Or first week waiver wire pickup.
Dion Lewis retired.
Thought he retired a while ago.
Oh, I guess Darius Geis had some domestic violence charges, and they have been dropped, but the NFL still suspended him for 6 games.
No, they usually do that, don't they?
Hmm?
Don't they usually do that?
Yeah. So yeah. So there's a lot of good stuff happening. We'll see what week 2 brings, because week 2 in the preseason, or week 3, is usually when all the starters start and teams kind of.
Is it weird that I'm looking forward to the cuts to see there's always like surprise cuts, and then every team has like something like the Patriots will cut Harry or something.
They won't cut him. Not after you requested a trade. Bill will let him.
They'll get a nice 6th, 7th round pick for him.
No, I mean, he was a 1st round selection. They're going to let him ride out his rookie contract more than likely.
No, I thought you meant like the trade value. I wouldn't give any more than a 5th or a 6th for him right now.
No, but because they're not going to get value for him because they picked him in the 1st round, and he requested a trade, and the fact that his agent said he was requesting a trade, they're just going to let him stew. Apparently, I heard reports that like he and Bill sat down and talked out, hashed out their differences and stuff, and I guess it was a good meeting.
So you mean Bill just sat down and said this is what's going to happen, and Harry said okay. So New England's playing on Thursday again for the 2nd week in a row. When do you play the Giants?
It's week 4 of the preseason.
Oh, the last week. Okay.
It'll be Sunday at 6 p.m.
Okay. So I think they're doing like a joint. I think they're doing a joint practice as well that week.
Yeah, they're doing a joint practice with the Eagles this week too, in preparation for the game.
Yeah. So. Well, you guys got. Obviously with us, you got connections with Judge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see. There's some other stuff with like, so there's, I've been doing mock drafts for my fantasy that I want to go over next week, because I'll be finished with all of them. I do 10. I do one from every position.
you're finished. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You'd be finished with all your mock drafts. You'd be finished with like your real draft
next week. No. Next week I'll be finished with my mock drafts, and then my real drafts happen. Well, one of them happens on Labor Day, and then the other two haven't been scheduled yet. So, but I can at least let you know like what my best team was that came out of my mock drafts and what position I drafted from.
I still like picking right in the middle, man. I don't know. I love the middle. So it's the most consistent spot.
Let's see. I'll give you a little insight of like, because I need to do 3 more and then I'm done. But I've written down all of my draft results. So I haven't picked from 3, 5, and 10 yet. And so far,
I still think the worst spots are 2 and 3 and 7 and 8.
Best draft was 2 so far.
I don't like 2.
My best draft was 2, and my worst draft was 6.
Oh well, that's a good problem.
Yeah,
I like middle. 5's the best. I think if you're in 10-team league, I think 5's the most consistent spot. But
at that point, 6 would be 2. 6 is the same draft.
It sounds like poor drafting then. I don't know. I don't like 2 or 9 because you got to wait for it to get to you, and you don't get the back-to-back pick. Like, arguably, I know people who like the last pick because they get.
But the thing is like if you know what you're doing right with a fantasy draft, if you're drafting 2 or 9, the person that drafts after you or before you at 1 or 10, you can look at their board and see, all right, they've taken this pick, they've taken this. They probably won't take these players, so like you can work around. So like if they haven't picked a tight end yet, you're like, oh, they're probably going to pick a tight end. I might want to pick a tight end first, and then I'll wait until I pick my quarterback because he's already got a quarterback. He's not going to pick a quarterback.
I always stick to your draft board. Don't worry about everybody else. Stick to your draft board. Unless there's a player that you really need a running back, but and they don't have one.
I will say, out of 7 drafts, I've picked Patrick Mahomes 4 times. Patrick Mahomes fell to me 4 times in 4 different drafts.
That's odd.
Yeah,
I know people who are taking him in the second round because they're stupid, but
I usually picked him up in the 3rd round of every draft.
I was going to say the earliest
draft that I picked him.
I was going to say the earliest I would pick him is the 3rd round.
The latest I picked him was the 27th overall.
I was going to say the earliest I'd pick him is the 3rd or the very, very end of the 2nd. Like if I had last pick of the 2nd round, one of those back-to-back picks.
That's where most of them came from. I think 2 of them came at the end of the 2nd, and 2 of them came at the in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, he's probably one of the only quarterbacks worth that high of a pick.
But what's funny is my 4 best drafts all have Patrick Mahomes in it. So,
you put a lot of stock into Patrick Mahomes. Like,
apparently,
that TikTok you made, you're like, oh, I feel bad for you, Dallas Goedert. Oh, you fool.
Hey man, like I don't know, if you get a stud quarterback like that, he can carry your team.
Unless you get the offensive line you picked.
Yeah,
you didn't pick him. You got essentially. You essentially got handed that one.
Yeah.
Is it funny? Like when I was doing it, I was like, I'm probably gonna get like the Giants or like some shitty O-line, and I got the Bucks.
I guess I could have gone. Bears O-line because they're probably a little bit better.
Yeah, a little bit.
And then
hang on, I'm gonna look at your team again. Hang on.
Well, I know it was
who you could have picked. I mean,
so that's what I mean. Like if I took the Bears O-line, my second wide receiver would have been Calvin Ridley because I had Atlanta as my last pick.
Yeah,
and I wasn't picking the Giants O-line.
What are you? Hang on, Mike Glennon. Oh, hang on, I watched this TikTok you liked.
Oh yeah, I was gonna share that with you.
Hang on. Hang on. Oh, I know what this is gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's our backup.
I love it.
My grandpa texted me and he was like, how is Mike Glennon doing? Because like he remembers when he was like supposed to be like not like a good quarterback, but he got drafted,
Yeah.
And I was like, he's Mike Glennon. He goes, what's that mean? And I was like, it means he's missing guys by 15 yards that are wide open. That's why he's been a backup his whole career.
Right.
Let's see. If you hadn't picked the offensive line, you could have picked. Yeah, it didn't get much better for you. You honestly, you might have been better off with the San Fran offensive line. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know the offensive line that well, but
I mean, I could have went Eagles defense because they're not terrible.
Yeah.
And then
but then you would have had.
But then I had San Francisco next, and I would have went Kittle. Yeah.
But then you would have had to pick a. You still would have needed an offensive line.
I still would have needed an offensive line. So like at that point, it's between the Bears and the Falcons, and like which one I would have gotten.
I would have picked. I would pick the Bears.
And then it's the Bears offensive line, and then my second wide receiver would have been Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you could have pissed into the wind and picked the Atlanta tight end too.
Oh, Pitts.
Yeah.
Well, if you get the San Francisco to pop up, you're not going to not go with George Kittle.
Unless you've already got a tight end.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. It was my first pick actually was San Francisco, and I picked George Kittle.
Yeah. Which, yeah, I was going to say I
forgot his name too. I was like, when I went with the San Fran came first, I was like, I forgot his name. So I asked him with tight end, because I totally forgot George Kittle's name. I was like, I forgot words.
Yeah, and then that guy commented on yours. And it was just like, I would have went with.
I don't know. CS Martin 11. Listen, man, if you're a listener, message me because we have to talk about you think Aaron Rodgers is. They think that Aaron Jones is better than Saquon Barkley. So we'll have you on the podcast. I want to hear your rationale because there's no way you're right.
Because what was it?
Aaron Jones is a great running back, but he's not Saquon Barkley good.
What was like his argument? Like you could have taken Aaron Jones and then someone else.
I could have taken Herbert at quarterback, which like I thought about when I got the Chargers, but like I was like, no, Keenan Allen. This is fantasy we're doing here. I'm not building a team to win a Super Bowl. I'm building a fantasy team here. Yeah, Aaron Jones is good, but he is not Saquon Barkley good. Saquon Barkley tore ACL is still a top 5 running back.
Because the other thing you picked Michael Thomas
instead of I couldn't pick Drew Brees because he was gone.
Right, but you had running back available.
Yeah, for Kamara. Yeah,
could have picked Kamara.
Yeah, but Michael Thomas I think is a better receiver than Kamara is a running back.
Because my whole thinking about it was when you said Michael Thomas, my whole thinking was like, if you're building this team for this year.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Michael Thomas is hurt. So like
you're just going. Oh, come on, we're not going that deep into it. We're going off of the best player available.
And then I was thinking about it because Michael Thomas has been dropping in a lot of fantasy leagues. Like he's getting picked up in like the 10th, 11th round. And I'm like, why is that happening?
The quarterback situation.
Oh, right, because also the quarterback situation. Because the quarterback sucks.
He's got Jameis Winston throwing balls to him, or maybe Taysom Hill, who is not even a real quarterback.
He's a utility player.
Yeah. He plays football.
Yeah. So, we'll dive into that. We'll dive into
if you're a listener, my man, I need to know what kind of context you're speaking of, because if you gave me 10 chances to pick Aaron Jones or over Saquon Barkley, I would never pick Aaron Jones ever.
So we'll dive into that next week.
You know what I was worried about?
I'll
honestly,
finish it next week.
I was worried that I was going to having to pick a Cowboy. Like, I don't want to. I don't want to pick any.
You have a good pool of Cowboys to choose from.
I know, but I really didn't want to pick a Cowboy because I told you I hate the Cowboys so much that I won't even pick them in my fantasy.
You actually only have 3. You really only have 3 Cowboys to pick from in a fantasy style of, because you're not going to pick their defense. You may pick their O-line?
Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
Ezekiel Elliott. Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, but you're not going to pick CeeDee Lamb over Amari Cooper.
No, you're right.
So
if I was feeling stupid, I could pick Amari Cooper.
If they came up twice and you already had picked a quarterback and a running back and Cooper, then yeah, you're gonna pick CeeDee Lamb too.
Lamb. At that point, I just picked the Cowboys.
But for one player at each position, you're only gonna pick 3 out of the 7 that would have been available. Like you're not gonna pick a tight end, you're not gonna pick their defense, you're not gonna pick their O-line.
If I had an open team and I got the Cowboys, I probably would have gone with Cooper over Elliott because he fumbles it,
Right.
But if I had a running back open and I got the Cowboys, I obviously would have picked Elliott.
Mm-hmm.
So I would take Elliott over Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
But why? I mean, if Prescott's healthy, he'll be fine.
Yeah, but Elliott's still a top 10 running back.
Prescott is a top 10
he's not. Top 15.
Quarterback.
No, top 15.
Okay.
Top 15. Top 15.
Okay, overrated. I know what we're doing now.
Okay. you can look it up on online all you want. It's wrong. He's not that good. He's a Cowboy. Everybody loves us. And the Cowboys always get overrated. How many times have they supposed to win the Super Bowl and they don't even make the playoffs?
Let's see. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna see exactly where
PFF has him at number 7, which is criminal because Lamar Jackson is number 8.
That is bad.
That's criminal. So there you go. That's discrediting PFF right there.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Also, 6, it has Matt Ryan at number
7,
9.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Where is he? Am I missing
PFF? Ryan Tannehill is way too low on this list.
What the?
And Daniel Jones is way too high.
Oops. Oh my God.
Drew Lock is too low.
Okay, Yahoo.
PFF has lost their minds.
Yahoo has Dak Prescott as an actual rank out of all NFL players at 117th.
Out of what? 300, 400,
all NFL players.
That's a little bit low.
Better
than that.
They have him as like a the O rank, which is his overall rank at 55.
Yeah, I'm looking at PFF right now, and they've got Prescott sitting at number 7.
55.
7, and he's ahead of Lamar Jackson. He's ahead of Matt. I'm sorry, Matt Ryan is way too fucking high anyway. But he's ahead of Lamar Jackson. He's ahead of Baker Mayfield. So I put him at 10. Not, maybe.
If Yahoo's overall rank is true,
11. He's 11.
He would be put at 1, 2, 3, 4th.
For quarterbacks?
Yep.
That's
out of all quarterbacks. It would
get off that website.
It would be Patrick Mahomes 1, Josh Allen 2, Lamar Jackson at a very, very slim 3. Josh Allen's overall rank is 42nd and Lamar Jackson's is 43rd.
Pass out over here.
So they're pretty close. And then it would be Dak Prescott at 55. And this is overall between all.
He's ahead of Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, and Tom Brady.
Yeah. So, and then Kyler Murray, 58th.
Get off that website. That is fake news. Get off that website.
Russell Wilson, 65th. Justin Herbert, 72nd.
Where's Brady?
Brady at 74th. And then you've got Rodgers at 82nd. And, and Tannehill at 97th.
Oh my God.
And that rounds up the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's the top. That's Yahoo's top 10.
What that is doing is proving my point. He's a Cowboy, and they always get overrated. It doesn't matter how bad the team is. That man I could put him comfortably at number 11. You got Pat Mahomes, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Josh Allen, Deshaun Watson, because he's fucking good. I don't care if he's playing or not. And I'm sorry, Lamar Jackson.
Would you like to know, because this is fantasy, right? We're talking about fantasy teams, right? Would you like?
I thought you meant real football. I'm sorry. Then yes, he is a top 10 quarterback in fantasy football.
Well, okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but for the amount of touchdowns he throws and everything, and the fact that he runs and everything. But I'm saying
for fantasy football, yes, he is a top 5 quarterback. For real football, he is not a top 10 quarterback. He's like at least 11. I'm sorry. I am sorry if I offended anybody.
That's what I'm looking at the fantasy rankings.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, he's top 5 fantasy. Yes, top 5 fantasy quarterback. Yes, I am comfortable saying that.
Yeah. He's currently 3rd in projected fantasy points this year.
Yeah, look at his weapons. Of course he is. He runs, he throws the ball.
When we did the picks, you said that's fantasy. We're talking about fantasy. And I was like, oh, okay, well, if we're talking about fantasy, then Dak Prescott would be absolutely a top 10 quarterback, if not top 5.
Yes. I think, man, I thought we were doing real football. That's why I was like, I had like a heart attack when you had Brady way low. I was like, he's writing this.
No. Oh, that okay. Okay, no. That was Yahoo's fantasy ranking.
Give me an Ambien. Somebody give me a Xanax or something. I don't know. Whatever helps. God.
Let's see.
I just had an aneurysm.
Oh God, I kept pushing that button. Let's see. What were you on? Sporting News? Is that what you were on?
Sporting. I was on PFF.
Oh, 32 starters. Pro Football Rankings. Let's see. So yeah, you got Mahomes, Brady, Rodgers, Wilson, Watson, Allen.
Watson's too high.
Prescott 7th.
Yeah, too high. I would put Lamar ahead of him. I would put Lamar, Mayfield, and Tannehill ahead of him at least.
Matt Ryan, Baker Mayfield,
Matt Ryan's too high. That guy. Why is that guy always in the top 10? Always. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what he does. So he's top 10.
Worst one is Drew Lock.
Yeah.
And then Jalen Hurts right above him.
I think that Drew Lock. See, maybe I'm just an old man, but like to me, a quarterback that has never played a official NFL down should not be ahead of
on here for the Bears when he's not the starter.
Right.
They have Jameis Winston / Taysom Hill. They can't decide for the Saints who's going to start. They just put them both.
Yeah, but are
they going to go tandem quarterback this year?
At this point, just put Michael Thomas back there.
Carson Wentz, he's injured. I think Trevor Lawrence is the highest rated rookie on this list.
But call me old, but like I think a rookie should not be placed higher than a player who's actually played in the NFL.
Ooh, NBC Sports.
Oh God, they love the Cowboys.
Oh man, Daniel Jones ranked 32nd.
There you go. Guy threw 11 touchdowns last year. That's why I put him too.
Let's see. So top 10: Mahomes, Rodgers, Wilson, Allen, Tannehill, Jackson, Brady.
Oh, okay.
7th. Watson, Prescott, Murray. That's top 10. So Prescott's 9th.
No.
Still high?
I told you. He's 11. 10, 11. He's like a bubble guy.
Who would you put above him if he's in after him, it's Murray. So you'd put Murray above him. So is there anyone before him that you would put below him? Mahomes, Rodgers, Wilson, Allen, Tannehill, Jackson, Brady, Watson.
No.
After him, you've got Murray. Would you put Murray above him?
No.
Matt Ryan.
No.
Stafford.
No.
Herbert.
No.
Cousins.
No.
Burrow.
No.
Goff.
No.
Mayfield.
Yes.
That puts him at 10. Carr.
No.
Lawrence.
I got popcorn stuck in my tongue. No, I told you he's 10, 11 guy.
Wentz.
That 1 year, maybe. No.
Yeah. Roethlisberger.
Not anymore.
Fitzmagic.
Which one? Fitzmagic? Yes. Fitzpatrick? No.
Fitzpatrick. Zach Wilson.
No.
Justin Fields.
No. Not
Trey
yet.
Lance.
Maybe after this year. No.
Tua.
No.
Mac Jones.
No.
Darnold.
Yes. No, I'm kidding.
Hurts.
No.
Hill or Winston.
No.
Locke and Jones.
No.
So he's a top 10 quarterback.
I told you he's 10, 11. Murray.
You said 11.
Him and Murray are interchangeable. as far as I'm concerned. I would pick Dak over Murray, but if you gave me Kyler Murray and said no, you can't have Dak, you can have Kyler Murray, I'd say okay.
So when I said he's a top 10 quarterback and you were like, no, and then he ends up being at number 10 on your list.
My brain heard 5. My brain heard 5, so I had an aneurysm.
You were like, no, he's top 15 at best, is what you said.
He is. I'm not wrong. 10 is top 15.
Yeah, but he's all top 10 is better than 15.
Yeah, I guess. He's like 10, 11. He's like a bubble guy. Him and Kyler Murray are interchangeable. I think.
All right. Well, that goes over that. So that's a lot of football talk here. So we've been playing the Back for Blood beta yesterday.
Yes.
And we'll be playing it today.
Yes.
I went in hoping for a good game, but I went in
skeptical.
But so like I went in skeptical to go watch like Black Widow.
Right.
And I was kind of let down. And like this is what I talked about when I talked to other people who saw Black Widow. It was they went in not thinking it was going to be like the greatest movie, and they came out of it pleasantly surprised. I went into Black Widow thinking that it's not going to be the greatest Marvel movie because it's not.
Is it like the Last Jedi of the Marvel universe?
No.
Like
because
it's a good Marvel movie, but it's
The Last Jedi, you went into that being like, let's go, this movie's gonna be great. It's Star Wars, and you're like, what the hell?
Sucked.
I
hate that movie.
It's like
how many TikToks I've made with that movie as like the but I can never get the editing right. Like you have one sound that's like it's repulsive is what it is. And then like I was gonna change it to
the Markiplier one,
but it's not as repulsive as what's just come out of it.
Yeah. That's the TikTok I say. That's the sound I say.
I was gonna have The Force Awakens. I was like, it's repulsive is what it is. And then I have it switched to The Last Jedi, but it's not as repulsive.
That's great.
I've
been trying to think of something to put to that audio because I love that
that's
audio.
I just couldn't get the editing right, so I gave up and I was like, fuck it. But like the Markiplier one's a good one too. I think about this all the time. This one, I'm not having any good feelings about this one either.
Yeah.
But then The Last Jedi, this one is hideous. This one should, if I could kill it, I would.
Yeah.
I hate The Last Jedi.
This one, I love this one. I think about this all the time.
All the time. I was gonna do that, and I was gonna have like Empire or Revenge of the Sith.
It was like
that
all
one,
all the Star Wars. Yeah.
I think like this one all the time. But yeah. Anyway, Black Widow.
Back for Blood. Yeah, I'm comparing it to Black Widow. So like I went into Back for Blood, not expecting anything, but I was expecting to be let down, because Left 4 Dead was one of my all-time favorite games playing when I was in high school.
I still own Left 4 Dead 2.
I think I have it downloaded on my Xbox.
Yeah, me too. I still have it.
So like. Going into this one, I was like, it's not Valve, but it is Turtle Dove Studios, so there is hope. But I'm expecting to be let down.
Yeah, but I think when I went into it, realistically speaking,
after playing, because we've been let down with so many games, like there's just so many games that
Cyberpunk,
they just come out and you're just like. Cyberpunk, let's go this. So Cyberpunk is the Last Jedi of the gaming world because you go into that one. You're like, this game
is an established franchise. Last Jedi was an established franchise. Last Jedi is still a good movie. It's just a bad Star Wars movie.
I didn't think it was a good movie.
Last Jedi, you were. I
thought it was
with that.
Okay.
You and I were at that theater, and you and my wife were like, "That was great. What do you think, Rich?" And I'm like, "I didn't like it."
But then you watched it over again, and I'm like, "This was bad." Like that whole casino planet thing.
Stupid. Stupid. The whole movie was bad. Bombs that drop in space because gravity. Like, besides a bomber is in space.
Besides that, like mission to that casino planet, the movie was okay. Yeah. But take that away, and you're like, it's a better movie.
So a slightly better movie.
Yeah, it's a slightly better movie.
I compare that to having
the other thing too is that that movie only took place in 2 places. I'm realizing that now.
Yeah.
It was
3 because the planet at the end was technically 3.
Oh, right. So 3 places. There was the planet at the end, the planet where they go, the casino planet, and the chase in the space chase scene.
Space.
Like other Star Wars movies, they take place in other places. Like there's like multiple places. There's multiple planets that you go to. It only went to 3 spots.
Yeah. We were. Wait, was there a hard budget on Disney over here? Like we can only do 3 planets. Well, and halfway through production. Okay, we can only do 2 planets now. We got to figure it
out. So what is your disappointment franchise then?
Like the sequel
for a game? Yeah. What is your Last Jedi game?
I would have to sit here and think. I just thought Cyberpunk is a standalone game. I think Cyberpunk was very disappointing for what it was hyped up to be.
But you went into that going, this is going to be so good because it was hyped up so much.
Oh yeah. And then I got it and it was good, but it wasn't like, I'm not going to replay it ever. You know, like
I got stuck in a game breaking glitch and I won't go back and play it.
Oh, I didn't get any. I got like a couple like crashes, but I didn't get any of those.
I told you what happened with mine. It was I had to go see the doctor, and then I went and saw him, and it was like, okay, now you have to pay the doctor, and I'm like, all right, but I don't have any money. And they were like, well, then you have to go get money, and it was just like it didn't give me a next objective. It was just like, nope, go talk to the doctor, and I'm like, I already talked to the doctor.
What's supposed to happen is when you leave the building, you're supposed to start like the next cutscene, and you never got the next cutscene.
So I was like, I don't think I saved at any point, or I don't know if there was autosave. There might have been, but I was just like, I'm not going through that again because it took me 3 hours to get there. Spot.
Yeah, it was an ordeal to get there.
So I was like, nope, I'm good.
Yeah. I do remember the beginning of that game being interesting, but an absolute ordeal to get like into like the actual Act 1 took forever to get into, and I was like, oh my god, can we just do this, please? But no, I can't. Right off the top of my head, I can't think of like that. With the Last Jedi of games, but like I could if I had some time, but off the top of my head I can't. It would have to be a sequel to be the Last Jedi, like a sequel to a well-liked franchise.
Right.
Shut up. That work phone. Sunday. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, Black for Blood. I went into it realistic. I was like, my thought was like, okay, this is probably going to be fun for like an hour. And then it's going to be like, okay, like whatever, or it's going to have, or if it was, I honestly, I thought it was going to be really buggy.
Yeah.
Because it's went into beta and it was a little buggy, but it was nothing out of the norms of like a typical beta, like bug, you know what I mean? But I figured it was going to be like borderline, almost unplayable because of everything that's going on. And like, it's, just, it's just how things have been going lately, it seems. For me, I don't know about you, but I was very pleasantly surprised about how fun it was.
I
had a ball playing that game.
We had fun killing each other.
We spent half an hour.
We spent half an hour to 45 minutes
testing out weapons each other. Like, oh, this is a one-shot whack. Yeah, it was fun. It was, like I said, I went into it expecting it to be basically Left 4 Dead, like Left 4 Dead 3. Like, just okay, they're just gonna do it work before. They're not gonna change anything. It's gonna be the same formula, but it's not.
Right.
It was very different,
So, if you haven't played Back 4 Blood, go play Back 4 Blood. Go play the beta. It's open. You can download it. Takes like 20 minutes.
I don't know if it's open for everybody. I think you have to either have pre-ordered it or Game Pass to get the beta.
Well,
but honestly, if you don't have Game Pass, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, go pre-order it. It's $5 a pre-order, and if you don't like it, you can just cancel it.
Yeah, you will like it
at your local game. Yeah,
you know what I really appreciated is the weapon variety. Like remember in Left 4 Dead, it was you had your shotguns.
It was shotgun, assault rifle, submachine gun, and handgun.
And then like a tactical version of each. So you could have like the high powered. Yeah, remember? So you had like the pump action shotgun or the semi shotgun. That's why I was asking, hey, is there a semi shotgun? Because it was called a tactical version, and then the tactical assault rifle was just the burst rifle. And the same thing with the sniper rifle, and then like the pistol was like a regular pistol or the hand cannon. But I really liked the variety, and they all felt different.
Mm-hmm.
Like you and I, like when we're actually not killing each other in the range, and we actually were like trying out different like machine guns, and like it was nice while playing the game that we actually found preferences.
Mm-hmm.
Like you found like you had that weird shotgun with like the 8x scope on it, which was just absolute monstrosity. But like in Left 4 Dead, like you're running around the map and you just find weapons. And what I really like is that it's not like we can't all walk around with the same gun. We have to like when you grab ammo, it takes it from the world. Which I like that, and the sharing ammo, and like it definitely feels more team based than Left 4 Dead did. Even Left 4 Dead was very much team based.
I did like in Left 4 Dead that they didn't port over to Back 4 Blood is that you could carry an assault rifle and a shotgun.
Like I like
you could have
one big gun and a pistol.
Yeah. So
but it's pistol variety
this one, but in this one you can only carry pistol or small shotgun and your main gun. So if you're carrying a sniper rifle, you're gonna probably want to carry a Tech 9 or something automatic.
For your handgun.
For your handgun. But I would definitely recommend the sawed-off shotgun to anyone. Or what were you using? The Deagle?
Oh my god,
that was broken.
Yeah, I found the Desert Eagle and it had an ACOG scope on it, which is ridiculous. And it was basically just a sniper rifle because the ACOG would zoom in and I would just hit the trigger and it was a one shot every time.
Yeah, you're quick scoping. You're quick scoping people.
Me and Tyler were just sniping folks with handguns. It is a little OP, but you know. But I like how they have the weapon ranking system too. Like some guns are clearly better than others.
Yeah. They're more meta.
Yeah, I liked them. I know they're going to do a lot of buffing and debuffing or whatever it's called, nerfing, for sure. Yep. But I think I really do think though, they need to address that difficulty spike at the end. Not saying you gotta make it way easy or stupid easy or make the rest of it stupid hard, but like you could probably fix that by just lowering the amount of times the special infected spawn. Like how many? Because like, you know, you and I we would kill a big one and then literally another one would spawn right in.
Yeah.
You know, like give us a minute and a half, maybe. You know what I mean? Like I think that like everything else was fine. Just maybe lower the rate at which they spawn for that portion.
That fourth act was brutal.
Oh yeah.
Like at first because we're playing, I mean, this kind of spoilers for anyone who hadn't played it, but you're playing the first 3 acts and there's hordes, obviously. Like the hordes come in, there'll be a big guy, and then you kill the big guy, you killed all the zombies, and then you move on to the next area. And then it's kind of does the same thing over again. But at least you have a breather that you can like take a look around and like you can scavenge and get ammo
like
and drop ammo and stuff. And then you get to this 4th act and you blow up a propane tank and it's just a non-stop horde of hordes and like big guys. And they're coming from both directions. Yeah. So like getting across that bridge and stuff.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. I just think lower the rate at which those special infected spawn for that last bit there. I'm not saying remove them, you know, but like just a little bit more time between big guys is fine.
Yeah.
You know, like because it got to the point where I don't think last night we were gonna be able to do that. Because like but also because there's no ammo. So like by the time we got to that last little bomb section, like no one had any bullets. We were just beating the hell out of things with our fists, like you know, like. And it wasn't like we weren't accurate. Like we were, you know, dropping them, you know.
Yeah. I got. So the farthest we got was 1 bomb set out of 2.
No, I had 2. I got.
Oh, you dropped the second one. We just got stuck underneath.
Yeah. As soon as I dropped the second one, I turned and there was a big guy like right. I was like, okay, I'm done. Like a horror movie. And Sam was with me, but then I was like, okay, fine. Like Sam has the 249. She can just spray and pray, and we'll get out of here, you know. And then another one spawned.
Yeah.
So I was just dead. And
I was fighting off one of them, and and there was the same thing happened. He like I got cornered behind like some server computers or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I finally killed him, and then I just turned around and there's just like a big boomer, and I'm like, oh, okay, like can we?
Yeah, like I said, they just like if you need to increase the rate at which the other ones spawn, that's fine. But just like that last bit, like those special guys need to be decreased a little bit. I think anyway. Could be wrong though.
So yeah, I had to learn the names of them, like the zombies.
Yeah, I know. We were calling them what they would have been known as in the in Left 4 Dead, like Spitter and the Boomer and
the
Tank
big one with the big arm is a bruiser.
Okay.
There's the one that was spitting is a hawker, so we were kind of close.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other big one that I think was spitting on everyone, or like
I got you. Like a boomer would have been.
Yeah, it's called the wretch. So
okay.
And then there is the snitch, which I don't think we've seen. I think we've only seen those top three. Oh, obviously we saw the ogre.
Oh yeah, there's no like witch, is there? Like the one shot?
No. Common infected, and that's it. So there's common. There's only 4 types. There's common infected, ogre, the snitch, the wretch, the bruiser, and the hawker.
Yeah, I tell you what though, man, that bruiser is they're not quite like as the same level as a tank would have been, but like they certainly take a lot of a beating for sure.
Let's see. The weak spot is the right shoulder, which is yeah.
They all glow, don't they?
Yeah. So
the thing too, though, is like it's when you aim, it defaults for their head or for their body. So you have to manually pull it over.
If you shoot their shoulder, his arm will fall off, and then you can just shoot him.
Oh,
so that's how you kill him.
Faster, anyway.
Yeah. The wretch is easy to kill, though. I think you just have to hit him in the chest.
We didn't have a hard time with the other ones. Just that one big guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like even like the exploding one, like they take a lot more damage than the other two, but like you can kind of shoot them wherever.
Oh, so the witch is there. Which is in this game. It's called the snitch.
Oh,
the snitch will alert a horde of zombies to the location of the survivors if it isn't killed quickly.
Oh, but it's not like a witch where like she one shots you.
No.
No biggie. So I remember the witch in Left 4 Dead. Like the minute you heard that crying, it was shut the hell up, and you would just try and find it.
But it says in-game snitches will only alert the horde over after being made aware of the survivor's presence. That means players can sneak around this zombie if they don't want to kill it for some reason. So it's like the witch.
Why wouldn't you want to kill it though?
Well, you don't want to shoot the witch either in the original.
But if you can kill this, what the hell it's called, the snitch, relatively quickly with combined fire, then why wouldn't you? The witch, you could combine fire and she would still get at least one of you usually.
Yeah,
at least. I remember like playing that game online, we would always have somebody carry a tac shotgun, and then when we came across the witch, they would just get right up in her grill and just unload the full all the rounds into her, and then they would obviously get one shot. But then by the time she gets up and one shots you, she's dead because the rest of the team is just unloading into her. I do think though that a sniper rifle is basically useless in a game like this.
Yeah,
I don't see a need or reason you would ever need a bolt action sniper rifle.
I mean, it does the most damage, so it will do the most damage against the big ones.
Yeah, but you got to hit them.
So like I was saying, if you have a Tech 9 as your secondary
crowd control, but
which is the automatic handgun, then you can use it on the regular ones, and then on the big ones you can use like the sniper rifle, and if you build it out right, you can. But you gotta hit them. It's so slow firing that you don't have much room for error. Well, that's what I mean. If they're like farther away, then if they're like right on top of you in your face, then you're gonna have a problem with it. But if they're farther out, then like when we get on top of the bridge and they're coming from both sides and they're far off in the distance, you can snipe at them, and see how much health they do. So, but yeah, good game. Go play it.
Go do it.
It comes out on October
10th, I think.
10th. Yeah. So, but yeah.
Let's see. Release October 12th.
Oh, 12th. Okay.
Yeah. 2 days.
Yeah, it makes sense because that's a Tuesday. Because October 8th is a Friday. That's when the new Switch comes out.
Oh, really?
Yep. The new Switch and Metroid Dread come out on the 8th.
I will say, though, I'm looking at the designs for some of the Infected. I like the designs for the Special Infected. They're definitely like, I just like, I think they look pretty unique.
Oh, yeah.
This one's got 4 arms.
Yeah, that's the Hawker.
Yeah.
That's the one that does the Spider-Man up on the walls and stuff.
It looks like it would be like a hunter.
Yeah, you know, he's like stays up on the walls and like spits on you. That's why I called it a spitter. But that one's relatively easy to take down.
Did you hear that there's like some zombies dropping the N-bomb, like because they have like a randomized zombie growls?
Yeah,
it sounds like they're saying the N-bomb.
I saw a couple videos about it, and it was like, oh my god, like because it's apparently it's a combination of 2 zombie growls that are being mixed together.
Yeah, which I really appreciate that, like that they have it like so it's literally random. It's not like just the same noise, but like it's a little funny. I think like, but that's why we have QA and beta testing.
Exactly, they didn't mean to do that, in their game. Calm down, people. So.
I just read that and I was like, oh my god, you imagine just playing it all of a sudden like what?
Have you seen the videos?
No, I have it pulled up right now.
You got to look at some of the videos. It's so fun. It's actually kind of funny, the reaction of some of the streamers, because there was one. It was.
Well, they can get in trouble. On the stream, they can get in trouble.
Yeah,
like they can lose sponsorships. Or they could, Twitch could drop them.
Yep. So
yeah, so I could hang on. I'm gonna watch this. Hang on. Oh my god!
Yeah,
that says it.
Yeah,
it straight up says it.
Yeah,
like, oh my god! I'm watching this kid's a black guy, and he's like, "What'd you call me?"
Yeah. That's the one that's the one that I've seen.
Oh my god, that is clear as day.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I had to listen to it a couple times because I was like,
I didn't even have to. Oh my god, that is the N-bomb. He is saying. Oh my god! How do you fix that? You have to get rid of one of them.
Yeah, you have to get rid of one of them.
One of them. Oh my god! I mean, I'm sure you could code it so like that combination can never be used, but it'll find a way to do it.
The easiest way to do it is just to remove
get rid of one of the halves.
One of the sounds. Yep.
Yeah. Probably the first one.
Yeah.
Oh my god. The guy in the video seems to be a good sport about it. He doesn't seem to be like offended. He seems like it's
nobody's offended. Like nobody's offended by it. Like they obviously didn't mean for that to happen in their game. So there's been no internet gatekeepers and stuff.
As of 3 days ago, it had 100,000 concurrent players at its peak.
Wow,
it's a lot
between all platforms.
This is on PC Gamer, so I don't know.
Oh, it might be just PC then.
So that's a lot of players for a beta. Yeah,
it's a good beta.
Yeah,
you should go play it.
Yeah, but you know what though? It's also definitely a beta in the sense that like it's basically done. Like this is basically just this is server testing what we're doing, and those little quirks like that N-bomb. Like it's not like when you play a beta and it's more like an alpha because it's just a disaster.
Right.
And you can tell like between now and release, there's not going to be a lot of changes. Like at this point, they're going to change maybe like that little quirk and some weapon damage probably. Like they're not going to be changing like level layout and stuff like that.
Right.
The game's done. It's just at this point, just fixing little quirks like that. Oh my god, right. That's funny.
Well, that wrap. We've been going for a lot longer. I think I don't know exactly what time we started. There's no
almost an hour, I think.
Well, there's no like there's no timer like when you hit record. It tells you how long you went for. But I think that wraps up this episode because that's really all I had today was week 2 of the preseason and the Back for Blood beta.
Yeah, that's pretty much all that's going on.
Do our fantasy episode next week because a lot of people's fantasy leagues are probably going to be starting up that week or the week after at least. So if you play fantasy football and you want some tips.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I am saying that before I took my little break, I've won 3 or 4 years in a row.
Yeah, it was something like that. I've won 2 times in a row. My specialty is fantasy baseball. I won.
Yeah, you're right. You're pretty good at that.
I won 6 years in a row before I lost the last year that we actually did fantasy baseball. But yeah, I think it was 2012 was my first win, and then I won every single year up until 2017 or something. So it was like 5 or 6 years in a row. Yeah,
I honestly I don't
crush it.
I don't know why I'm that good at fantasy football, but maybe it's just because I don't fuck with it too much. I mean, how many times did I tell you when you're like, should I trade this trade? I'm like, stop making trades. You drafted them for a reason.
You never told me that.
I have told you that.
I try to make trades because I try to want to bolster my team. So I find someone who's got a weak, like if I have a good wide receiver core, I want to try to find someone with a weak wide receiver core and try to get one of their running backs.
I always say I know I told you before, you drafted them for a reason. Just, unless it's like a late round, rookie you picked up, who's just having a great year.
What was the trade I did last year?
I
know I gave
Stephon Diggs or something.
No, I drafted Stephon Diggs.
Oh, okay.
I was trading away either one of 2 players. It was either Stephon Diggs or Terry McLaurin. And I know I traded away Terry McLaurin. I just don't remember who it got.
I don't think in any league that I've actually won have I made any trades.
Really?
It's all waiver wire, man. Pay attention on waiver wire. Yeah, you gotta be aggressive. A guy has one good game doesn't mean he's gonna have a great rest of the season, but pick him up anyway because you never know.
Right.
I remember I picked up OBJ in his rookie year because he was hurt for the first 6 weeks, and I picked him up I think 3 weeks into his injury, and I was like, whatever. I sit on my bench, and then if he's good, I can start him. Dude, I won that league because he was putting up 18, 20 points a game.
Yeah, I traded away Terry McLaurin, but who did I get in return? You know who I think I got? I think I got a player that got injured. You know what it was? It was Singletary. That's who it was.
I was going to say, I really remember the player getting hurt shortly after.
It was Singletary. And Singletary didn't do jack squat for me that year.
So you get for trading.
But I picked up J.K. Dobbins off the waiver wire, and that was a good pickup, especially at the end of the year because he was starting to get 13 points a game.
I remember I picked up Tyreek Hill his rookie year in time for my playoffs.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, beautiful. Wasn't even close. I won every game by a wide margin. That's when he came on, was that part of the season. So, I was working at the mall, and I was talking to my friends at one of the jewelry stores, and he was like, "Oh, do you have Tyreek Hill?" And he's a Chiefs fan. I told him no, and he's like, "Pick him up. I promise you it'll work out."
That's what it was. There was 2 trades in our league last year. It was Devin Singletary for Terry McLaurin, and I traded away Terry McLaurin.
That did not work out for you.
No, it didn't. I mean, yeah. I drafted him in the 6th round, 5th pick. And Terry McLaurin was drafted in the 7th round, 9th pick. So, And then there was another trade that happened last year. It was Justin Jackson and DJ Moore traded away for Darius Slayton and Tom Brady.
All right.
That's a weird trade too. Terrible trade.
Yeah.
Justin Jackson doesn't do shit. He didn't do nothing last year. And DJ Moore did okay.
Darius Slayton didn't do shit last year either.
Did he? Yeah, he's about the same. But I don't know. Tom Brady. That's I think that's the guy that won last year. No, he did. So he traded. Oh, he traded away Tom Brady. Never mind. And he still won. Jesus, who was his quarterback? Kyler Murray. So the guy that won last year had Kyler Murray. He had a weird team.
What a weird team.
He had a weird team for a first place team. His starting lineup was Kyler Murray, DK Metcalf, Brandon Cooks, Aaron Jones, Miles Sanders, Noah Fant, and DJ Moore.
That is weird.
Yeah, and he won.
That is weird. Consistency, though. Consistent players are great.
Yeah. He won by 3 points.
It's part of the reason I don't draft Mike Evans anymore, because 1 week he'll get 32 points, next week he'll get 4.
Oh, I got third place last year. That's right. I got third place last year. I got the bronze medal.
Okay.
Which got me nothing.
Which got nothing.
I also had 1,658 points last
year. Is that the same league that one time when you were complaining about like how like the team playoff seeding was stupid? They're like, it's something that losers say.
No.
Oh, okay.
This is the league that my dad's been a part of since I was like 2.
Oh, okay. It's your dad's league then.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the league that my dad. So for anyone who's anyone who doesn't know, fantasy football has been around for a lot longer than people think.
Oh yeah, used to be on paper. You have to keep track of
my dad is the commissioner he's been the commissioner of this league since I was in diapers, and he used to write it all down, paper and pencil, and he would have to get the stats from the newspaper.
Yeah,
that's how
was
old
back when
this league
that's
is.
back when fantasy football was legit.
Yeah, and you didn't know if you won until the next Wednesday. Day or that day. You didn't know if you won until that Wednesday. Yeah, it was crazy. Like I wish I could be a part of that time, but no. So my team last year finished 8-5. I had 1,619 points which is good for third most in the league. You want to know what my points against were, where people were scoring against me? 1,658, which is the most out of anyone in the league.
So apparently your defense sucks, even though it has nothing to do with it.
That has nothing to do with it.
I know.
I just got shit matchups last year. Yeah. Like every time I would face somebody, they would score like an ungodly amount of points, and I still ended up 8-5. So I still ended up okay, but yeah. There's a dude who tinkers with his team way too much. He made 43 moves.
Oh my god, that's what I mean. That's too many moves. It's just stop.
I made 21. There's another guy in our league. He went 1-12 and he finished 7th in the league. And he made one waiver wire move all year.
Was he one of those guys that like just gave up because
he just doesn't care? Yeah. At the end of the draft every year, he just goes, my team sucks. He says that it's a rite of passage at the end of every draft. He just goes, my team sucks, and then we go, all right, that's it, we're wrapped up.
We'll see you next year, I guess.
See you next year.
You guys should like make like 2 leagues, right? And just don't tell them about the second league. The second league's like the actual league, and then like just purposely give him a great draft and just see what he says. Like, I mean, just pick a kicker in the second round. No. Like still make it look like legit, but just make it look like he's just just make it so he has just a stacked team. Not have his team like have players drop to him. Yeah, like you would normally pick up Patrick Mahomes with your pick, but you're going to let him draft him. Yeah. Like it kind of like remember in my league with my cousin, and he had Pat Mahomes, Todd Gurley, and Ezekiel Elliott, and you were like, "How did that happen?" Because I have a bunch of idiots. I'm like, like
that was, and you would actually probably see that happen at like in this time this time, but like you like back when that happened, 2016, 15.
Yeah, it was like
not.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I remember. It was Pat Mahomes' first year as a starter.
Who was his second running back? It was Ezekiel Elliott, and
he had Elliott and Gurley.
Yeah, that's right. And that was like top tier. Of that that running back.
I remember.
So like those
year,
players were going like in the top 5 or 4.
I remember
6.
That year I picked Hopkins and Barkley because I had last pick.
Mm-hmm.
I picked Hopkins and Barkley, and then he grabbed Gurley on his way back because he had like 9th pick or something. Like he had a shit position and he still like got like the dream team. But I beat him. That's all that matters. But
yeah.
I only beat him because in the playoffs when we played each other, he had a really bad week, and my players had a really good week, so it was a good timing.
Yeah,
but he was like undefeated at that point. Like, he beat everybody. Then he got the playoffs, and like I said, he just had a bad week.
He's crumbled. Yeah, that's all it takes. All it takes is one bad week. I remember the second year or the last year that I won my league, it was I managed to score like 80 points or something, and I'm like, I'm not winning. Like there's no way. And then like the guy that I was facing scored like 60, and I was like, let's go. Yeah, like, we both had crap weeks. Let's go.
That's the thing. That's the thing with fantasy is like you can make all the right decisions and you still can lose. You know.
So
like how many times did you and I have a thing where like, you know, we would have our starters and the starters would all score more than the bench players, but you still lose because the other guy had a great week or you had a bad week. You know, like
that's like the worst feeling where it's like you pick the perfect lineup and you're like tinkering with your lineup and you end up making it perfect.
Yeah.
Because you had benched like a player that is supposed to be good but has a bad matchup.
Yeah.
But then like the other team just goes off and you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and that's why I said we don't need a torture terrorist. We just have them play fantasy football, and that'll be enough.
Well, it's like it's funny because like last year, the third place game was the Christmas game. So who is it? The Saints were playing the Vikings. And that's the week that that Kamara had 6 touchdowns. So I had 54 points after the Christmas game, and I'm like, well, I got 3rd place. Like, there's no way you're catching up.
Then everybody else scores 10. You know, like, and you're stuck with 104 points, and you lose.
I think he. Oh yeah. I had 170.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, that's what I mean. Like, and that's like the week where like everybody else just lays a goose egg, and then his team scores 20 burgers across.
I didn't
the board,
even have the optimal lineup that week. I could have started 2 players and gotten an extra like 15 points.
Yeah,
I could have ended with like 190 points or something.
And the worst is when you bench like your quarterback because like he's got the shit matchup or like the offensive line is just bad, you know, and you put him on your bench and you put your backup in for 1 week. I just need you to, because the matchup is really good, and then your starter puts like 10 points up, and then the other guy you put in your bench gets like a 30 burger. You know, like they just go off on a matchup they had no business doing that good about.
All right, so I want to pick your brain for a minute because we actually get to have keepers in this league. And it's anyone drafted after the 10th round.
Okay.
So my potential keepers this year are Sony Michel, CeeDee Lamb, Baltimore's defense, Baker Mayfield, Jerry Jeudy, Darrell Henderson, Greg Olsen, Philadelphia, and Sammy Watkins.
I'd go with Baker or
I don't think Baker stayed on my team for the rest of the year. They have to be on my team at the end of the year.
Oh, I would go with CeeDee Lamb.
I think CeeDee Lamb was definitely on my team.
I think I go with Lamb or the Lamb or the Baltimore defense. But
I get to keep 3. Lamb. You get to keep 3.
I go with Lamb, Baltimore, and then.
Well, you don't have to do 3. You can do 1 or 2 or none. But I
would keep option Lamb. To keep. Lamb could have a good year.
Somebody picked Aaron Rodgers in the 13th pick. Jesus. Not the 13th pick, the 13th round.
13th round.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'd keep Lamb.
Brady got picked up in the 10th round, so he could be a keeper this year. Let's see. Kansas City's defense. Damian Harris, maybe. All right. Well, we'll get more into the fantasy stuff. I wanted to get into that more next week. But well, this wraps up this episode of Sports Nonsense. If you want to watch the video version of the podcast, you can head over to the Name Pending Productions YouTube channel and search for Sports and Nonsense. It's in a playlist. It's easy to find. And then if you want to listen to the audio version in your car, if you're watching the video version, just head over to Spotify, iTunes, Podcast, or Castbox FM and search for Sports and Nonsense. But that finishes up this week episode. We will catch you all next week. And we got to go because Rich has to poop. Okay, bye.